Yokoso, yokoso. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this wonderful, wonderful May bank holiday in the UK, Memorial Day in the US. I hope you're having a great day. It's time for the Stadia Monday Night Chat, people. We have a packed show. Of course we have a packed show. We have a packed show every week, but I really, really mean it this week. There's been loads of great stuff from Stadia over the last week. Loads to get in there. Oh, Lloyd, thank you for the subscription there, Lloyd. Lloyd, subscribe. Wee. Thank you for that. Loads of great stuff from Stadia over the last week or so. Man, it's getting hot in here. Oh, as Stadia continues to fry the eggs on the naysayers' faces with great pro games, big game announcements, AAA release dates confirmed, all of that. Anyway, welcome. Before all of that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, before all of that, I am Clive Illenden, the host of this here Stadia Monday Night Chat. Ladies and gentlemen, of course I am. And you people are the lovely, lovely audience whom I appreciate so much. Even those who don't watch it live. The video on demand on this gets pretty okay numbers. So thank you, live watchers in the chat. Thank you for catcher-uppers. Much appreciated. Whichever you are, don't forget to hit the likes. Do it now. Why do you ask? Why? You know. Because I like it, YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content like this. And any newbies out there, hey, like Lloyd Anderson, unbelievably not subscribed till today. Hey, hit that subscribe button, toll that notification bell so you know when I go live with content like this. But before all that, let's just say hello quickly to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Quickly to the chat. Jerome is setting alarm. Jerome, are you up? Are you watching? Are you in there? Sednar, hello. Lloyd, yo, lovely to see you. Thank you for the subscription, Lloyd. Much appreciated. Jerome, yeah, he made it. He made it there. Monkey Boy, what's up? There. Yeah, bank holiday still at work. Oh my God, no, said no. That's not right. That's all wrong. Can't be working, surely. MM2K, yeah, Clive is alive. Yeah, keep working on those rap lyrics there. You know, I'm expecting a full-on song there. MM2K, so get that on there. Marcus G Knight, hello, and everybody else in the chat, lurk in there. Hey, you know. Say hello. Tell us what games you've been playing. Put it down in the chat. Mingle. Talk amongst yourselves. Get involved in the show. Remember, it's your live chat that really helps the show go with a buzz. Games. Always interested to see what you lot have been playing. I've had a really quiet week games-wise. A lot of sort of family stuff I've had to do. Not games, but looking after the family and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm also in a bit of sort of stasis, yeah, before I kind of embark on Red Dead Redemption 2. I think I'm still recovering from The Village. You know, I don't really want to jump into a big game. So you've got to be in the right frame of mind. And I've lined up Red Dead Redemption as my sort of next big investment in terms of my time and stuff and things like that. Lloyd's been playing Biomutant. I heard a lot of good things about Biomutant. Far Cry 5 on Stadia. I'm getting fed up of waiting for Ubisoft Plus. I may just pick up one of these Far Cry 5s on the sale. It's got to be worth it. It's less than a month's Ubisoft Plus subscription. So, yeah, I might just do that. As soon as I do, in fact, maybe I'll do that because as soon as I do that, Ubisoft Plus will be launched in Europe. So maybe I'll do it and do you lot a favour by making that sacrifice. I've been dipping in and out of unfinished games. I played a little bit more of Little Nightmares 2, which I've not finished. Jumped into a bit of PUBG, which is, I'm always in PUBG, you know that. I saw the boys from the Sounds of Stadia having a sort of mini tournament thing. So I thought I'd jump into that. That's always fun. We should do more of those, you know, actual sort of PUBG tournaments, you know, albeit friendly ones, but not just sort of Friday night play-alongs, which are all kind of cool, but like genuine little kind of competitive, friendly competitive tournaments. You know, I think we should do more of those. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Sednar, Resident Evil 7 with the sound off. Cyberpunk. I went back, actually, yes, I did go back to Cyberpunk, but whenever I meet a boss, it's always a challenge. I just don't think it's quite complicated. Cyberpunk, I always find, like, what, have I got the right weapons? Have I upgraded my ability? How do you do that passcode thing? And I always struggle with the bosses, and then I go away. Monkey Boy growing daily, no doubt about that. Outriders for me. I've not been back to, so I'm on the final boss on Outriders and I'm struggling, so I've sort of put it to bed. Never played PUBG on Stadia. Wow. You should fix that, Lloyd. Should fix that. I'm hopeless at it, but, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment. Kel F put in 20 hours on Super Bomberman. Now that's gone sort of multi-platform cross-play, of course. I hope that was fun. So really, for me, yeah, it's been pretty quiet on the games front. And as I touched on last week as well, I thought it was pretty quiet on the Stadia front. But I did think it was the calm before the storm. Not, you know, I thought that there was bigger things coming, you know, with no big announcements, just the new DLC mentioned and all that kind of stuff on the Stadia blogs. So I sensed last week, and I think I mentioned it in the show, there might be some goodies the following week. And boy, was I right. We got wind of the Stadia Pro games, which are going to be available from tomorrow. So look out for those, of course. Yes, people, tomorrow. And what a good selection. Let's have a quick look, ladies and gentlemen. You probably know all the selection, but it's always worth just having a quick look at the oldie selection. An eternity later. So we've got Chronos Before the Ashes, Trials of Cold Steel 3, MotoGP, and Blue Fire, ladies and gentlemen. Blue Fire. Let me know which ones you're most looking forward to. I think this is a great selection, a really good mix. The JRPGs, I was sort of, you know, not, I'm sort of okay about them. But since I've played Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, or my daughter's played it and I've watched her play it with her, I'm kind of really into it now. So I think she's going to really like Trials of Cold Steel, and I think I'll get into that. But Blue Fire for me is probably the pick of the bunch because it's got that sort of Zelda, people say sort of Breath of the Wild, but to me it's almost got a Wind Waker, Zelda Wind Waker feel to it, with the cell shading style to it, art style. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Anybody play in the Ghost Recon Breakpoint free play days? I saw Jem playing a bit of PvP. I forgot you could do that in Ghost Recon. That's a good game we need to kind of be streaming. Four before, put a little squad together in the PvP on Ghost Recon. Definitely got to be doing that. Destiny 2, which we'll come to, of course, is having a beta crossplay, which we mentioned last week. And there's some Chun-Li. Oh, I forgot this bit. Chun-Li, one of my favorite characters from Street Fighter, and of course a song by Nicki Minaj, which got the Generation X game taken off air when I played the video of Chun-Li by Nicki Minaj live on the Generation X gaming show back in the day. We got taken straight off by YouTube. Thanks, Nicki. Anyway, she's in the Street Fighter pack. I love those crossovers. If you can't get Street Fighter on Stadia, this is the closest you're going to get. Street Fighter pack in Power Rangers. And loads of deals and stuff, which are always awesome. I saw a video at the weekend and somebody saying they really, reviewing Stadia in general, and that whole kind of, the only issue I had with the overall review is they went on about the game prices, because I think the 2 weeks they looked at it was that rare occasion there were no sales. Anybody knows who's had Stadia long enough. They're constantly having sales, ladies and gentlemen. So, just saying. Monkey Boy there is thinking the mystery missing EA games. The more and more I think about it, the more I think that they are actually FIFA 22 and Madden 22. I hope not. I don't mind if they are. That's great. But yeah, I think they were. My feeling is they were working on them at the same time. They were working on porting FIFA 21, but with a view to also working early doors on FIFA 22 and Madden 22. So I think that's what those games are going to be. I've said it before, but it'd be great if there was some other stuff. But that's my feeling on that, personally. Anyway, so there were all the pro games. No Ark Evolved yet. No Ark Evolved. What's going on, people? But it's all right. Look, hold your horses. They said it was coming, hopefully by the end of June. There was a tweet by the developer. Just calm down, people. Calm down. It's a coming. It's a coming. So here we are from Survive the Ark Twitter, Ark Survival Evolved Twitter handle here. I'll make it big so you can see. Summer plans checklist, being pounced on by a raptor in high resolution, defeating Rockwell, reaching Ascension, and then unticked here, playing Ark on at Google Stadia in Stadia Pro. So it's coming, people, yeah? So just chill your bones. Don't worry about it. It's coming. Konbanwa, Yoshida. Yoshida's in the chat. Always lovely to see Yoshida. Konbanwa. Konbanwa. Lovely Yoshida. Anyway, so yeah, hold your horses. Hold your horses, people. It is a coming, okay? So we know it's coming. It's good that, we've been notified about it. Sometimes things are put back at the last minute, So there's some people saying, oh, they should have given us transparency. Maybe they thought it was going to release tomorrow on the 2nd of June, right up until about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So, things happen, things slip, but it's coming, okay, in the next few weeks. And there's plenty and plenty of games. There's all the pro games that are coming. Plus, we know we've got, I think, Rainbow Six Siege is coming in June as well. There's plenty to be a doing. Yeah, there's plenty to be a doing. So just chill your bones. Ark is coming. Thank you, developer, for letting us know. It's a coming, people. It's a coming. Marcus D. Knight here says, Destiny 2 beta was amazing. I managed to get lots of games and didn't embarrass Stadia. Thank you. Holding the middle spot on the team table each time. Respect, sir. Respect. That's what we like to see, sir. That's what we like to see. That's good. As I said, the more these games go cross-play, the more it benefits Stadia more than any other platform. So every time a game, is multi-platform and has cross-play, it benefits Stadia as the smaller platform more than the others. So that's really always great news. But last week, not only did we have all those great Stadia Pro games, which I can't wait to get into, there was, of course, news of further games, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. And I don't think anybody had these on their radar. Yeah, there was no ESRB, there was no leaks, there was nothing, right? We're all follow Twitter and everything closely to see what's happening and all that kind of stuff. Nothing. This came, and this is what we love, these drops. This is what we love. So later in the week, ladies and gentlemen, they dropped this, Control. It's on every bloody platform there is already. So Control Ultimate Edition coming soon, and Tokyo Olympic Games. Get ready for a fun-filled summer with new games coming to Stadia Store. Today, we're excited to announce June the 22nd. So I talked about, Talk about plenty to be doing. June the 22nd, Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. I wonder if they're going to turn off the crowd sounds. COVID joke there. Which will bring the challenge of competing at the highest level in 18 different editions. So it's got a kind of like that WWE Pro Wrestling style graphics, slight cartoony graphics, plus features Sonic as one of the costumes, one of the sort of avatars. So there we are, Sonic, sort of indirectly Sonic on Stadia. Pretty impressive. 18 different events. It's going to be cool. But maybe we should have an Olympics. Maybe we should do a Stadia Olympics. That would be cool, wouldn't it? And we could have national teams. We could have Canada. We could have Denmark. We could have the US. We could have the UK. Could have France, Italy, Spain. Maybe we should get all those content creators from all those different territories together and do an Olympics. That would be awesome. Control, of course. We know it's already on Luna and things like that. It's on Switch in a cloud form as well, as I understand. Have a little look here. 505 games. I shall be coming back to that later. Summer 2021. So no date yet, but we know it's coming within the next couple of months. Yeah? 3 months tops. So that's good. A lot of people saying, will there be ray tracing? Will there be ray tracing? Why would there? I don't know. But it'll be pretty good, I'm sure. A pretty good version of it. So a lot of people have played it already on different platforms. I'm not. So I'm looking forward to that. But I say, the beauty of this blog post was it was sort of just came from nowhere. And I say there was no like, I love it when I get genuine surprises like this. You know, when you might read a game has been certified on ESRB, you know, might have had a rating on ESRB or USK sites or something like that. And then the next day or the following week it gets announced. And it's like, yeah, I kind of knew that. And it's not quite the same. I like finding out what my Christmas presents are on Christmas Day. So a great drop, a great drop. Let me know what you think of those. But I think that's really impressive. A real sign. Those games keep on a-coming. Stadia going from strength to strength. Of course it is. This is what, you know, this is what it's all about. But of course it kept coming, ladies and gentlemen. It kept coming. Far Cry 6. Now, of course, originally Far Cry 6 was put back as they worked on it a bit more. Ubisoft had a big announcement earlier in the week and announced that Far Cry 6 was coming on October the 7th, ladies and gentlemen. And immediately after that, so the publisher announced the game. You follow how this goes? The publisher announced the game. And then immediately after that, Stadia released a deep dive video, ladies and gentlemen. Shall I put the... Let's take the sound down so it's not too loud. So yeah, Stadia released this video. Now the interesting thing, I'll just take the sound off so you can hear what I'm saying. The interesting thing about this, of course, this is, as I say, this was immediately after the announcement that Stadia made. This is the Stadia specific release. Now, from this Stadia channel, this YouTube video here. So the question is this how it will look on Stadia? Or is this the sort of generic footage that Ubisoft has given all the platforms? Remember we had a sort of a similar issue last time. I think it might have been Outriders or something like that a long time ago, where people were going, oh, look at the quality on this. It's much better than it is on PlayStation. Oh, look at the quality on this. It's much better than it is on... much better than it is on Xbox and all that. And it turned out that whoever it was, the publisher, had just given the same footage to everybody. So lols on that. But let me know what you think, whether you think this is particular, you know, because this is specifically labeled as a gameplay deep dive by Stadia. So I'm wondering whether this is, you know, what the gameplay is going to look like. But it's looking a pretty impressive game. Is it going to be a day one purchase for you? Let me know. Yeah. And of course, the great thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's in the store already. Where's my little thing? Where is it? Here it is. Look. Far Cry 6. Bundle pre-order. Where'd you get in the bundle? Bundle. Okay, games in the bundle. Oh, you get a Far Cry pre-order items. Okay, so you get these pre-order items. So this is the CD player that plays Macarena as you go around firing CDs and garroting people, or, you know, slicing their heads off. And this is the poor little puppy with wheels for legs, back legs. So you get those as pre-order items. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you say so. But anyway, yeah. Hey, I've just spent a fortune on Stadia games, so, you know, maybe in a few weeks, couple of months, maybe. Yeah, for me. But let me know whether you're going to go out there and get yourself day and date, or pre-order it, or any of that, any of those things. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Lloyd here loves the series. Loves the series. He says, day one. Well, you're playing Far Cry 5, weren't you? So, yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, look. Far Cry 6 schmicks, right? That's what I say. Because bigger than that, ladies and gentlemen, bigger than that, right? And we've been rumoured this for a while. We've been dropping this rumour since February. I think this rumour's been around. Oh, yeah, the game that you all want to play, and don't deny it. Don't deny it, because I know it's true. Paw Patrol, ladies and gentlemen. Paw Patrol gets certified. There you are. So thank you to our friends over at Stadia Source here. Paw Patrol, Mighty Pups, Save Adventure Bay. Of course they do. And the weird mayor who lives there, and all of those things. My son used to watch it. All right. I've got Paw Patrol plushies. Well, actually, they're in a plastic bag now, but they're, you know, in his room. He was mad for Paw Patrol back in the day. Anyway, it's had its ESRB rating. So is it a game, ladies and gentlemen? Don't pretend you don't want it. Don't pretend you don't want it, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys. Anyway, it seems that it's closer to being confirmed. And again, this is from our friends at Outright Games. So we've mentioned a few games on this show from Outright Games. And they were being all coy. Well, it might be coming to Stadia. We might be coming in their tweets. They were going, well, we haven't, well, maybe when asked about games, their games coming to Stadia. Basically, they're bringing loads of games to Stadia, right? They're all coy about it, but we know they are. And in fact, another game from them, So Paw Patrol's been rated on, as I say, on ESRB, but another game, ladies and gentlemen, has officially been announced in a news release. So it's not just this one from Outright Games, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. Let's go to the Outright Games site. Here we are. Look, Fast and Furious, ladies and gentlemen. So not just Paw Patrol. Fast and Furious, Spy Racers, Rise of the Shifter. I think we might call that a gear stick in the UK. Right, now it says here, you'll see down here, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Steam, Xbox One. But I had, here we are. So, and a shout out to @DefAlive on Twitter for this, and Stadia Source. But this is the sort of official press release here. Yeah, so here's the official press release. So I had to double check this because I only ever saw the other consoles. So this is very much a Fast and Furious aimed at the kids, ladies and gentlemen. It's aimed at kids, come on. But here we go. London, 27th of May. So this is the press release. Put the pedal to the metal as Outright Games, the leading publisher of family-friendly interactive games and universal games and digital platforms today, announced Fast and Furious Spy Racers Rise of Shifter, the first video game inspired by the popular Netflix original series. So there's obviously a sort of a cartoon animated series based around the Fast and Furious aimed at kids. Developed by 3D Clouds, this brand new racing action game reunites voice talent from the series. Oh, from the series, not the films. Across full throttle online multiplayer races, and releases this November. Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, 4, Xbox X, Xbox One, Stadia. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, confirmed. So this is an official press release. Outright Games. We know Paw Patrol's coming. We know this is coming. There's about 2 or 3 other games coming. Yeah, we know PJ Masks, Hero of the Night, is meant to be coming. My friend Peppa Pig. Oh, yes. I didn't realise Outright Games was Adam's Family. Do your research, Clive. So this is not confirmed, but this was spotted by having been rated here. Having been rated here on the Brazilian rating site for Google Stadia, Adam's Family, also by Outright Games. So actually, I was putting this at maybe 60, 70%, put it at 90%. Again, based on the TV sort of style, with that sort of almost Tim Burton style, drawn out, long drawn out, not drawn out characters there. Multiplayer sort of platform in a kind of Lara Croft Oris Temple of Orisy. I forgot what it's called now. My brain's gone damp. But you know what I mean. Anyway. So, been rated for Stadia from Outright Games. So, highly probable that it is, in fact, going to be coming to Stadia. So, it's been rated. It's from Outright Games. Everything's pointing that way, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's pointing that way. That's the thing. So you've got Paw Patrol, possibly Peppa Pig, Fast and Furious, all Adam's Family. It's great to see all these kids' games. Definitely. It's good to see, to have that mix of games. As Lloyd says, definitely kid games plus Stadia plus Chromebooks. Or tablet, whatever. They are. The old digital babysitter. They are. Play that for a while. Sorted. Can't go wrong. So, great stuff. So I say, not confirmed, but, spotted out in the wild. Adam's Family, also from Outright Games. It all adds up. It's all pointing. So that's pushing us right into November in terms of games that are coming. So lots to look forward to. Now, I touched on earlier about crossplay. Somebody was mentioning about the Destiny 2 crossplay beta and how amazing it was and all of that. Borderlands 3 is getting crossplay, ladies and gentlemen. Except if you're on PlayStation. Yeah, except if you're on PlayStation. So Borderlands 3 is to get crossplay support soon, but not PlayStation. Gearbox have confirmed. It is revealed it's ready to enable full crossplay support on all platforms. Here, I'm reading it, not showing you. This is from The Verge. Borderlands 3 to get crossplay support soon across all platforms, but that publisher 2 games required it remove the PlayStation consoles from that platform. That may change. And Randy Pitchford tweeted here, good news first or bad news? Good news, it's releasing. They're going to be releasing full crossplay support. Bad news for certification purposes. So obviously what that basically means is they haven't done the deal with PlayStation. So PlayStation haven't agreed to crossplay yet. There's obviously some negotiations to go on for that, but they don't want to hold up the crossplay while they sort that out, because they could be held over a barrel for that. So easier just to certify the crossplay, put it forward without PlayStation for now, and deal with all that shizzle later. So again, what did I say earlier? All the games that get crossplay benefit Stadia more than any other platform, because we know Stadia has a lower player base. It's a small, not been out so long. It's only in 22 territories, all those kind of things. So great. Let me know if you're looking forward to that. That should be fun, but it just adds another dimension to Borderlands 3 on Stadia, basically. So all good stuff, and it's good to see. It's good to see. Marcus Knight says here, yeah, that's a good point. It is. You see, it's brand building. Exactly. Once kids play on a platform, they'll have less and they start building a brand loyalty to a certain brand, and they're not going to be, it's got to be Xbox, PlayStation. Initially they want to play what their bigger brothers want to play and sisters want to play and all that kind of stuff. But eventually those bigger brothers and sisters are playing on the latest things, on the cloud platforms and all those kind of Stadia and whatever it is. So yeah, it's all about brand building. It's all about building for the future. Absolutely. Totally agree with that kind of perspective. Absolutely. Anyway, so it's just so much. It seems the last few weeks on here, on this show and other shows, but particularly I've become really aware that I've been sort of showing you people, ladies and gentlemen, showing you people like the path to enlightenment, as it were. That is to say, just showing you all the evidence of Stadia has this ongoing path towards the future. Yeah? For the last 3, 4, 5 weeks, I've shown you the breadcrumbs. Those breadcrumbs are turning into slices. Like they're bread slices now. Soon they're going to be whole loaves, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. And today's show's no different, as we're going to be looking at Stadia's, what's going on with Stadia's partners. Yes, partners. That's industry talk for developers and publishers. I only say that, ladies and gentlemen, I only say that because some people I noticed on Twitter struggle with this concept of what working closely with partners actually means. It means working with publishing developers. That's what you say, just so you know. I just saw some confusion on Twitter about this concept of partners. Anyway. There was, ladies and gentlemen, Alberto, I don't know what he's saying here, but I'm going to just post it there. When launched, Sonic Colors Ultimate and Knockout will be a boom. Are you talking about Sonic on Olympics? Anyway, talking about Olympics, actually, of course, I completely forgot this. Sorry, I apologize. Let's go back to it very quickly. Sega. It's Sega. I once saw somebody on Twitter or somebody on some YouTube channel going, yeah, but, I need to see that they have ongoing, that Stadia have an ongoing relationship with developers other than just Ubisoft. Okay, hello, Sega. So we've had Judgment. Now we've got the Olympics. Now, in fairness, knowing how certain contracts work and certain rights work, and knowing how the rights usually work, or have a sense of how the rights, sports rights work, contractually, they probably have to be on every platform. The IOC or the rights representatives, the agents for the rights, probably require that a release of a video game by Sega of the, with Olympics branding, the Olympic rights, that game needs to be on every platform. So that's probably why it is on Stadia. But at least it shows an ongoing relationship with Stadia. So that's all good stuff. Judgment, that. Hopefully we'll have Lost Judgment later in the year. Anyway, just wanted to touch on that. But check out Clive's pushed up adverts in the pages he puts up. Swanky gear, dude. Yes, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, of course. If you want to know how to do this in YouTube in a simple way, I do have a video all about it. Plus, a little aside, the guy who's developed the app to do these little pop-ups that you keep seeing has added some functionality to it. But we're not here to discuss that. So we're here to discuss more breadcrumbs, more bread slices leading Stadia into the future. And talking of building relationships with developers and publishers, working with our partners, there was a recent earnings from Digital Brothers. Who they, I hear you say. Clive, who are the Digital Brothers? Well, they're not a 80s electronic duo. Oh. It won't let me go to the site now. Okay. Okay, 1 second. It's not let me Digital Bros. Okay, here we go. It's not letting me go to their site. Anyway, I shall explain who the Digital Brothers are. The Digital Brothers are a massive publishing and licensing house. And they had an investor call. And in that investor call, they showed some lovely slides, which I want to show you, but the connection's not letting me go to their site. But anyway, the point is, one of the sort of developers that they work with, or sort of publishing houses that they own, more correctly, sorry, one of the publishing houses that they own is 505 Games. Control. And in their investment announcement, they had a PowerPoint display, a sort of a deck, as they say. Shout out to Duncan from Cloudy Games for highlighting this. But I went and read the investors report for Q1, and they talk about some of the growth areas and working with their partners, which include Stadia. So Stadia was one of the people mentioned, one of the platforms mentioned in their investor call. So we know that 505 Games have a number of titles. So Control is from 505 Games. So basically, if I call up 505 Games here, they are owned by Digital Brothers. And you'll see here, don't get too excited by some of these games. So these games fall under Digital Brothers realm in terms of games that might be coming. So Terraria is one from 505 Games. Control. So Terraria is on Stadia. Control is on Stadia. Death Stranding. Don't go getting excited about Death Stranding, because that deal is probably PC only. PlayStation only, because it was a PlayStation exclusive, probably only allow a PC release. So I wouldn't expect to see that. Human Fall Flat, of course, is another one. So this is a publisher who, in their investors announcement, have I can't get to it. Look, you see what it says? Won't let me. It's very weird. Anyway, in their investors announcement, announced Stadia as one of their ongoing partners. Oh, look. That's the in my Twitter, that's the Stadia community manager. Social media manager. Roller skating. Man, she's got the feels there. She's feeling that, and she's loving it. Oh, I want to be on Venice Beach now, roller skating. Anyway, sorry. just popped up in my Twitter then for some strange reason. Anyway, so let's back to serious news. 505 Games, ladies and gentlemen. 505 Games, in their investment announcement, mentioned Stadia as part of their plans going forward. So this is indication that, you know, Stadia is playing the part, or playing an important part, you know, a part in many publishers' sort of investment plans and publishing plans. More signs of industry partners planning for the future with Stadia. But there's also signs from Stadia itself. So I was doing a bit of research, as I like to now and then, because somebody mentioned somebody who works at Stadia, or used to work for Stadia, and they left. Not a big thing, but it led me to think, well, who's replaced them? Which led me to discover something quite interesting. So this guy here, Mike Riccio, I hope I haven't butchered his name there, who is the director, developer platform engineering at Stadia. Okay? And he used to work for this guy here, who you may recognize. Let's call him up here. Who is basically, he's the guy, the engineer who talks a lot about negative latency and Stadia and all the kind of tricks and delivering Stadia. He was basically the VP of engineering originally at Stadia. He's left now and moved on, because his role was really basically to get the product out, like to launch date, which he kind of, his job is sort of done in that regard. And so they put him onto other things. Now he's obviously doing stuff for Fitbit at Google. But he was one of the chief engineers behind getting the original product out there. Anyway.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Here are other things you can try.
Okay, Google, stop. Anyway, so back to this guy here, Mike Riccio, and he put this out. This was about a few weeks ago. Here, this little message on LinkedIn. I'm #hiring, right? He is the director of development platform engineering, and we'll go into what that is. I am #hiring. Know anyone who might be interested in leading a stellar engineering team in Munich. So he's based out, he works for Google Stadia. He's the director of developer platform engineering. And basically their role, this is about 30 days ago. And this was the role. Basically, the Stadia developer tools. So this is about developing tools for developers to use to get their games on Stadia, and just this onward, you know, working with their partners to get their partners' games onto Stadia. How do you do that? By providing all the tools they need. The Stadia developer tools team is a multi-location, multidisciplinary team, software engineers, product managers, technical program managers, user interface managers working closely together to deliver a development platform that meets today's need of game development studios, AAA through to indie. Our team is particularly focused on building Stadia's development, profiling, GPU, CPU, and systems level debugging and testing tools. It's our mission to empower game developers to ship content to Stadia in the best possible quality with the highest developer velocity and productivity. You would be leading a high performing team of managers, technical leads, software engineers, blah, blah, blah. So this was 30 days ago. They are hiring people to maximize the games that are delivered on Stadia. So you've got 505 Games, or the parent company of 505 Games, featuring Stadia as one of its sort of partners in terms of its ongoing investments and games coming forward in the future, part of its future plans. Their Stadia is the part of the one of the platforms as part of their future plans. That's publishers and developers. Then you've got Stadia itself shouting out to hiring engineers to develop tools. And particularly interesting there was about the CPU and GPU side of things to get the best quality out of games. All more evidence of Stadia doing exactly what we knew they were going to do, exactly what they said they were going to do in February, is focusing on developers and publishers getting the games and making sure the games are the best they can be on Stadia. That's where all the focus is going. Phil Harrison said this, working closely with developers partners to get their games onto Stadia. That's what he said in February. This is evidence. This is more evidence, as I've said over the last few weeks, more indication that this is the case. This is what Stadia are doing. It's all out there, people. None of this is rumors. I dropped this in the chat on the Stadia Dosage just to sort of share it because I discovered it straight away. But I just thought, there you go. And as for the future of cloud gaming, again, from the perspective, this is just today, from the perspective of the industry, there's an interesting interview in all places, ladies and gentlemen, the Financial Times. Here. Now, this is interesting. Again, it is just an industry perspective, but it's not just me saying it or some random YouTuber or anything like that. It's somebody from the industry, and it's not just anybody from an industry. Yeah. If you're the producer of Final Fantasy, I think you have a certain amount of respect, and it's probably worth listening to you. Don't you? So here we go. Final Fantasy producer says 5G will end games consoles long reign. This is somebody who is basically almost dependent on PlayStation. Yeah, really. One of their main partners is saying he sees a time when the console's reign will come to an end. This is Square Enix, Naki Yoshida. Not that Yoshida, a different Yoshida. Predicts that mobile standard will enable quality image delivery to any device. He's talking about cloud gaming here. The advent of 5G as a global standard will herald the long-term demise of the dedicated games console. Now, you may not agree with it, whatever, but you have to take on his opinion. You have to kind of respect his opinion. This is the producer of Final Fantasy, for goodness sake. Even as the COVID-19 pandemic has boosted short-term demand for the machines, said one of Japan's most prominent figures in game production. The prediction, yeah, the MM2K, thank you for the chat. Thank you for the chat. The 5, much appreciated. This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're talking about. Yay! This is the specific evidence that backs what we've been told by the great authority that Alphabet, Google Stadia parent, has made Stadia a higher priority. I'm just saying, all the breadcrumbs are there, right? There may not be massive announcements now and then, but all the lines, all the paths lead to a future. They're building for the future always. But anyway, back to our friend Yoshida here. Not that Yoshida, different Yoshida. Naoki Yoshida oversees the development of blockbuster Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. Stadia game. It is that Dragon Quest I'm thinking of, isn't it? Anyway, Despite demand for Sony PlayStation 5 outstripping supply and sales of Nintendo Switch continuing to beat forecasts, but improved streaming speeds and long-term shift away from television as the primary medium for gaming could change that. Once 5G becomes the global standard, there will definitely come a time when we can transfer images to any device. He's talking about cloud gaming. Yoshida said the FT. Players can enjoy high-quality gaming experience on any device by not being tied to gaming hardware or TV monitor. We're definitely heading in that direction, and I don't think coronavirus will slow that shift. The games industry and analysts are torn over whether cloud gaming and the entry into the market technology of groups such as Google and Amazon will finally put an end to games console. The machines, which date from the mid-70s, have proved resilient to predictions of their imminent disappearance. Exactly. It's not going to be overnight, and it might, and consoles, no doubt, will evolve and do what they have to do, and whether they become sort of glorified streaming devices or other things. But it's just interesting that he goes on to say, old Yoshida here, with home consoles, you need to sit in front of the television and turn on the power, wait for the hardware to start up. So it was time-consuming entertainment. With stay at home, there were more opportunities to turn and switch on. And of course, we know that's not a problem with, with Stadia. No hanging around, no waiting. You play it on your mobile phone, get going, you have to move to a different screen. 5G, I saw somebody saying, oh yeah, America's broadband isn't ready for cloud gaming. Well, it probably isn't. But you don't wait for it to be ready, ladies and gentlemen. You don't wait for cloud gaming to be ready before you build a cloud gaming infrastructure. Yeah, because by then it's too late. It will be ready, whether through 5G or other devices or 6G and all this kind of stuff. It will be ready. We know the technology is here. We know it works for lots of people, not just, and US isn't just the main market for loads of people in the US, loads of people across Europe. Anybody who knows the internet speeds across, Korea and Japan and all of that kind of stuff. We know it already works. And we know that average internet speed is only going to go up. So I said, you don't wait for it to be ready, because by then it's too late. The train's left the station. You build that infrastructure now. So it's just interesting. It's just an interesting perspective from a Japanese games developer who might view the significance of 5G and mobile phones slightly different than we do in the West, because he knows it is a massive, massive way to play in Asia Pacific on your phone, in China, in Korea, in Japan. So cloud gaming almost has a natural home there when it's ready. And we know in India, for instance, example as well, we know Call of Duty Mobile does gazillions of pounds of business. We know PUBG in India does, all on, mobile phone. So if you can deliver AAA gaming experiences, there's a massive market for it. So it's just interesting to get that kind of perspective from, a respected Japanese industry veteran, as it were. Now, also, just before I forget as well, ladies and gentlemen, so there we go. Interesting, three little bits from this week. One from a games publisher saying Stadia is very much part of the future. Stadia hiring for people to work on tools to maximize the games that come to Stadia. Japanese producer of one of the biggest games in the world, seeing a time when consoles' reign may be over thanks to cloud gaming. It could be. I don't think it's a sort of a direct fear here that's why it's hated. But I think there is a fear of the unknown, the fear of the new. You see it in all in society in so many different things. The fear of the new, the fear of the different, the different, until it becomes the mainstream. Before it kind of breaks through to that level, there's always a fear. Fears of sort of the first instinct, rather than curiosity, rather than acceptance. The fear of the new, you stick with what you're comfortable with. But eventually, and the way that Stadia is doing it, the way that Stadia is releasing the app on TVs, on phones, the fact is just, it will be there everywhere. I've said it before, it'll just exist everywhere. That's going to make a massive difference. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so before I go, I did, a few of us have been tweeting out some weird images, and it was finally revealed towards the end of the week. And it's this, ladies and gentlemen. The Summer Community Championship is coming, ladies and gentlemen. And we're not mucking about here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Summer Community Championship. If you don't know, is a Stadia competition. Anybody with Stadia can enter it, apart from the organisers. Anybody from Stadia who has Stadia can enter this competition, and there is a grand prize of $1,000. Yeah, it's not chicken feed here, mate. This is serious, people. $1,000 grand prize for the winner of this tournament. There's over two grand in prizes. So there's some runner-up prizes. There's a $500 second prize and $200 third prize, plus $100 per individual game winners. There'll be sign-ups in June. So make sure you tell everybody about it. Make sure you're aware of it. Keep following my Twitter. Keep following John Scars Gaming, Vivek Gaming. Make sure you also follow Deslip, of course. Chat Deslip, because it's very much his baby. But this is going to be awesome. But the more people involved, the more awesome it will be. Basically, there will be open qualifiers. So each sort of part, just to give you a sense of how it's going to work. Initially, for instance, the first game is going to be Hitman. A level will be offered, and you just got to record yourself doing this specific level. Okay, and it will be a timed thing. And the top few people in that level will kind of go on through to the next round. So you complete in open qualifiers. There'll be 4 different sort of games over a period of time, over a few weeks. You record, submit your best score stroke time. We'll set whatever it's going to be, whether it's a score or a time thing required for the game. And the best one will win $100 for each of those games. And then step 3, you'll battle it out for a place on the podium. The top scorers across all 4 games will go forth into a live competitive elimination round for a chance to win one of 3 cash prizes, including the $1,000 grand prize. We plan to stream these as well, especially when we go into the step 3 and have the competitive elimination rounds. We'll have sports casts, esports casts on these sort of things and stuff. So really, really exciting. Make sure you're involved. MM2K as well. Check out his Twitter as well. He's part of the organising committee and all of that. So just keep your eyes peeled. It has its own. Make sure you follow Summer Community Championship. So that's if you haven't already, at the Summer CC. Make sure you follow that Twitter handle so you know, and just shout about it. We need everybody in the community talking about this, because the more the merrier, to be frank. This is going to be epic. It's going to be really good. And I mean, $1,000, it's not to be sniffed at, is it? $2,000 in prizes overall, with a grand prize for the top winner. We need everyone over this. We need all the chattering classes on Reddit. We need just start dropping this into Reddit, everybody. Everybody drop it into Reddit and go, have you heard about this? Heard about this? Let's get it out there. Yeah, we need Reddit talking about it. There's over 100,000 people on Reddit. We need them to know about this. We need all the content creators. We need, like, from Sunny Cloud Gaming talking about this to everybody else talking about this. Get the word out. because I think this is going to be a great showcase for Stadia and the Stadia community itself. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun as well. So look out for more news on that very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very soon. It's going to be great. It's going to be epic. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, shall we have a quick look at chat? It's buzzing as ever in chat. Always great to see. Sega, small naming games, right? Exactly. Who's put it on chat. Exactly. Sega. Who are they? Just some small publisher. Yeah. I hope it bodes well that there is a genuine ongoing relationship with Stadia. We've seen how good Judgment is, and there's a good probability on that basis that Lost Judgment will come to the platform. It would be great to see some other Sega games. You never know. You never know. Yeah, getting the same message. Yeah, that's on that. That's weird. From that Digital Brothers site. Weird. Stelios, good to see you. Great find, Clive. Of course, MM2K. I'm always there with the great finds. Imagine Google. Imagine it. Yeah, playing Stadia on my phone. Not my G-Shock. Although, of course, there is a smart G-Shock with Wear OS. Imagine that. Yeah. Project Storm. Yeah. I heard GPU and CPU. Exactly. If you look in the weeds, down there in the weeds, in the detail of that job description, it's one bit that they're specifically targeting, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. When Stadia speaks, I listen. Yeah, absolutely. Again, a big shout out. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat there, MM2K. Always appreciated, brother. Stadia got Googled. They're laying the cable. They are, literally, or fiber. But they are. We know they're laying the cable. They're one of them. I think they have more cables or more ownership in more cables. Hence the great, lack of latency and stuff. The magic part of the magic sauce that is Stadia. Jerry Lennon, lol, it takes me days to do a Hitman level. All the stealth and planning. I know what you mean. You're going to Brazil meme. Well, it's Stadia will come to Brazil soon. Jerome here talking about Borderlands 3 not coming to Sony. I think they'll come round. They just need to agree terms. I think traditionally what has happened is that Sony go, yeah, sure, you can go platform, but you pay us. Huh? What? We have to pay you for the privilege of putting our game cross-platform. I don't see the logic, Sony. Yeah, you don't see the logic, but we're pretty powerful in the gaming industry, so, live with it. Well, eventually they'll come round. Pick up Far Cry in the sales. I should do it. It's not for much money. Exactly. I'm not going to really lose out much money just by buying it rather than holding out for Ubisoft Plus on it, really. The first company into India, Brazil, Korea, Nigeria will hold the decade. Yeah, definitely. I think getting out into India is going to be key. One of the key markets, definitely. And we know Brazil. Eddie's talked about Brazil. Eddie Player One's talked about the hunger for it in Brazil and all that kind of stuff. So it will be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. It will be interesting. Anyway, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's another show. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you had fun. I hope you liked what I found. I like to bring things which are a little different than all the other shows. I bring all the news like they do, and we chat and opinion and chat with chat. But occasionally I like to just dig out those little breadcrumbs to give us a little hint of the future. Evidence-based breadcrumbs, facts. It's all out there. The truth is out there, as they say. You just got to look for it if you want. Yeah? Don't just rely on other people to tell you what is what. Yeah, today, for instance, I saw about the Fast and Furious, but I didn't, and it was on Stadia Source, but I didn't see the actual source itself. So I asked Lee at Stadia Source, who'd done, where did he get it from? And he said from at Death Alive, and he said a press release. So I went to the press release, and there it was. It stated Stadia. So I don't even take everything for granted or at face value. I want to see it in print. So I will ask for a source. And that's why I ask, people, don't just listen, don't just listen to me unless I show you the evidence. Don't just listen to other people unless I show you it in writing. Speculation is fine, but it must be based on something. Put the pieces together, put the jigsaw together if you must. So that's what I like to bring, and I hope you kind of find it useful, and I hope you find it interesting. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful rest of your day. If you're in the US, have a wonderful rest of the Memorial Day. Have a barbecue if you're doing that. If you're in the UK, come in from the barbecue. It's dark now. It's dark outside, unless you've got outside heaters. Not good for the environment. Or blankets, they'll do. But have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy your pro games tomorrow. Don't forget, I'm going to be up and playing those as soon as. And I will see you same time, same place next week. Have a great one, people. Thank you very much.